I'm Charles for HumbleMechanic.com. We are here at SEMA with Mike from Meguiar's, and we're going to talk about a topic that I am a huge fan of, and that's prepping your car for winter. You know, it's great to bring experts on in areas that I'm not an expert in, because you know way more about washing cars and prepping cars than I'll probably ever know. So, you know, let's start from the basics. Winter's a tough time on your car. Your paint, your interior, even glass, headlights, and we're gonna kind of touch on all of that stuff. So Mike, where do we start?
Well, it's funny you think about winter car care. You know, when you're working on your car, you normally think car care is a summertime, a springtime, and you're doing it for beautification.
Yep, I want a nice wax glow.
You're going to this car show,
yep.
You want people to look at you. But winter, we get all kinds of questions from people like yourself asking, what do I do? So it's a huge topic, actually. So appreciate you having us here talking about winter car care. So when you think paint or exterior, the first thing you want to think about is prepping your paint and protecting it. So you normally think UV protection,
right,
but a good wax like our Ultimate Liquid Wax applied properly and thoroughly before Mother Nature comes is a huge part of protecting through those winter months, because Mother Nature is notorious for dealing a bad hand on paint.
Right, so for winter, we're not really thinking we want that high gloss like almost all of the cars here. We're thinking of we want to keep the junk away from our paint.
Absolutely.
Basically put a protective layer on it so that in the summertime, we don't have to do a whole bunch of work to make our car shine.
Absolutely, 100% spot on right there. In fact, you take that even a step further is you got the protection on there during winter, and when you're going to wash a car, we all think of, well, I'm going to wash my car during the summer. We're kind of back to that beautification.
Yeah.
But it is vital during those winter months to, believe it or not, wash your car. And a lot of times you can't do it in your driveway. So, you know those self-service with the wands?
The ones that terrify me. I feel like I'm just scratching my car.
And as it should. So we don't want to do the brush. We don't want to do the brush. But take that wand and clean those wheel wells. Clean those wheels. Clean those brakes. How about that undercarriage? Because think of all that salt, snow, magnesium chloride that's going to get built up. You want to get all that off of there, and there's nothing better than high pressure for that.
Yep. I grew up just outside of Chicago, and I remember just gobs and gobs and gobs of, you know, salt blocks. It might as well be that thing you buy for your water softener.
Yeah, you might as well, sure.
You know, stuck up under your car. So I think taking it to that car wash is really good advice, because you just blow all the junk off of it. You know, on that subject, is there any like tips to drying your car? Because you're not at home. You know, you can't necessarily take the time. You no towel drying sign. Any quick tips on drying your car when you're done getting all that junk off of it?
Well, if you want to get to that level of drying, which is very important, is because anytime, you know, maybe it's wintertime, you got a great weekend out there, a little bit of sun, it's still maybe cold out there, but you got that break. You're still going to want to use a microfiber drying cloth.
Very cool.
You know, cotton cloth is good, chamois are good, but if you want the best for absorption, ease of use, maximum water retention, that's by all means going to be a microfiber drying cloth.
Awesome. So microfiber is where it's at.
Yep.
All right. So what's next? We got our car clean. We've waxed it. Our paint's protected. Where do we go from there?
Well, during those winter months, again, depending on where you live, you know, winter can be 1 month or 4 months. A lot of spray waxes come into play, like our Ultimate Quick Wax here, as let's call it a booster wax.
Gotcha.
So during that mid-season, mid-winter time, you got, again, that sunny, you might have washed it. Go ahead and take a spray wax and go around that car quickly. It's going to take you maybe 20 minutes, and you can apply another coat of polymer protection in there that may get you through till springtime comes.
And that'll probably restore a little bit of that shine.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, a clean car all year round is obviously the end goal.
Absolutely. It feels good no matter who you are.
That'll sort of, you know, restore your faith in summer's coming and all,
yes,
you know.
absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so we've washed, we've waxed. What's next?
Headlights.
Headlights. I'm going to admit something here, and I don't know that I've ever shown everybody, but my Passat headlights are terrible. So this is awesome advice. Talk to us about that.
It's powerful, because think about how short the days are during winter months. We turn the clocks back.
I mean, it's dark when we drive in, it's dark when we drive home.
It is, and that's dangerous. So not only does it look bad, you know, a cloudy, oxidized headlight that's yellow, but it's a safety factor.
Absolutely.
So we have
People don't realize, because it doesn't happen like that. It's over time, and you lose your light penetration.
Absolutely, it gets diminished, you know, incredibly. So something as simple as our perfect clarity, 2-step headlight restoration. We just launched this. In fact, it was a year ago at SEMA right now that we launched this.
Very cool. Now, this is something that anybody can do, right? Because, you know, at the dealership, we have a guy that does that for us because we do it on such a high volume. And I think a lot of people tend to get intimidated by taking, basically sanding their headlights or putting a product on such an important part of their car. This is something anybody can do, right?
Well, we have kind of a golden rule. If you can't see your headlight bulb, it is that oxidized, you're probably going to maybe need some of that sandpaper, or maybe even a professional. But for the majority of headlights that are out there, this is going to be a great process where there's no sandpaper.
Excellent.
You don't actually need to buff with the drill or anything. And the best part of this kit is it actually lasts 1 year. In fact, we talk about that and we sent it to an outside lab and got it confirmed that you get 1 year of non-yellowing. So if you do it before winter, it's going to carry you all the way through the next winter until the next time you need to do it again. Again, appearance, but more importantly, safety.
Safety is definitely, you know, the thing we need to focus on, for sure. So this is really great, and like I said, almost embarrassing. This is something I really need to do on my Passat, so I'm probably going to be hitting you guys up.
We will send one for sure.
And doing a video on how that works. I like that you don't need any special tools or anything. All you need is right in the kit. That makes it super easy, and I always get nervous with a drill on paint or near paint,
as you should,
whether the car is brand new or whether like my car, you know, is 10 years old. So we got the outside almost taken care of. I think one area that people really forget about, and I'm as guilty too, is glass. What can we do to keep our windshield, both front and back, crystal clear throughout the winter?
Well, it's kind of a secret tip. I mean, we have a product called Smooth Surface Clay Kit. And really, the clay products are designed, and when you think of clay, you typically think of creating a smooth surface on paint.
Yep, I'm already at paint.
There you go. That's where our mind's going. That's what it's designed for. But a tip to you out there is, before winter comes and before you apply your rain repellents to keep that glass, is to clay your windshield and clay the back glass.
Yeah, the back glass is one that, you know, I'm as guilty of forgetting about, because you think, okay, I gotta have the front clean. This is the direction that I'm looking, hopefully not this direction.
Yes.
Most of the time, so I want this one clean, and people forget that you need to see what's behind it too.
So clay, because think of all the contamination that lands on your paint, it's also landing on your glass.
Yep.
So clay that glass really good, front and back, even do the sides if you want. Then apply your favorite rain repellent, and that's going to allow it to stick and bond better. Again, it's all getting through winter and allowing those products to do what they're designed to do. So that's a fantastic tip. Clay your glass.
Clay your glass. I will be doing that as well. Luckily, where I live now, winter's, you know, this much of the year, so
do it anyways.
I solemnly swear I will be doing that for sure. So our outside's done.
Yep.
What about the inside?
Well, inside's all about keeping the outside out and keep that inside dry. So probably one of the best things is to invest in a good set of winter floor mats.
Absolutely.
A lot of great companies out there. They're custom fit, they're rubber, they're designed to hold all that. And not only when you get in to do that, but make sure and use those mats properly. That means evacuate the water, evacuate that dirt offset enough that it doesn't even build up in those winter mats.
Absolutely, and I got to throw one more tip out there. Never pile up multiple mats on top of each other. Make sure that your mats are secured.
Safety issue,
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a customer's car and jammed on the brakes like,
where are the
problem
brakes?
here?
Right, yeah.
And it was because there was a floor mat shoved up underneath the brake pedal. So make sure you're properly securing your floor mats. That's my small PSA of the day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Keep the water. We know you're going to have kids, maybe pets, dogs. If they get in those other seats and get water, snow onto the fabric, dry it off as quick as you can. It could be a wet dry vac. It could be as simple as taking a towel and blotting it and picking up that, could be dirt, could be water, could be moisture, could be salt. Just keep that interior as dry as possible. But the good news is, through winter, we know the windows are up all the time. You got your defroster trying to run, and sometimes you get that smell of mustiness.
A sweat sock. We had a customer say,
that's a perfect description.
I'm smelling like a gym sock, and I never believed him until I smelled it. It was like someone ran a marathon, took their sock off, and whacked me in the face with it. It was horrible. So
not good.
Yeah, that is a terrible, terrible experience. But what can we do to overcome that?
Well, we have our odor eliminators air refresher, and that is interesting because we launched them several years ago, and the concept behind this is it actually is going to encapsulate that malodor, if you will, and permanently trap it. So it's not an air freshener, but it's a refresher.
Gotcha.
So we've got a lot of great signal fragrances, and in fact, we just launched at SEMA right now spiced wood, and we also have sparkling berry scent.
No pumpkin spice for the season?
Not yet, maybe next year, maybe next year. But they'll put a little bit of nice fragrance, but more importantly, they'll get rid of that sweat sock.
Yeah, the dirty
forever.
Sweat sock. Yeah, that's such a terrible experience. So.
Hey, it is what it is.
So cool. It sounds like we've hit kind of everywhere on the vehicle. You know, from paint, windshield, inside, outside, and everything.
Yep.
Any final tips that you'd like to give everyone?
Probably just dedicate a little bit of time. Again, it's all about keeping that car protected during winter. Invest a little bit of time during winter. That way, when spring comes around and you want to really do it for beautification, it's not going to take you quite as long to do that.
That's awesome.
So that'll give you some time back, and that's what we're all about, is you can go enjoy that car.
Very cool. All right, everybody, we are going to wrap it up there. If you have any questions or comments, post it in the comments section below. Check out Meguiar's at Meguiars.com. I'll be sure to put a link. Mike, appreciate you being on the show, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Enjoy.